So, hi everybody. This is Persephone, and I was just wanting to connect with everyone and say hi to the people that have subscribed to my channel, and thank you so much. And again, it's just so nice to meet the family and to start connecting with people around the planet, and it's exciting. I'm so happy, you guys. And it just has lifted my spirits, and you have no idea. I'm sure some of you know it's just been such a lonely time for a lot of us. We are changing and evolving, and people in our lives tend to fall away. Friends, family, they just don't understand, and it's hard to talk to people. So to have my group and to look into all your faces and see it in your eyes that you're really there, and it's just amazing. So you guys are awesome. So a little bit about me. Where do I really even start? I started on this spiritual path a long time ago. I'd say as soon as I broke away from my religious family. I guess there's a good place to start. Heavily manipulative cult mentality, religious upbringing. If you look it up on the internet, I'm sure they're still under the cult awareness lists, which is lovely. It's the International Churches of Christ. At some point they got together and called themselves that. At one point then they broke away, and they're all named for the cities that they're in, and they're in every major city, and they prey on people that are lost and just don't have anywhere to go, and or just feeling lost in the world, and it's horrible. And I was raised in this, and so it's kind of really, as a light worker and someone who knows in their soul that that's just not the way to be. I obviously broke away from that, and from the time I was in college, it took me just a few months to just get out of there, and to have my own mind, and for the first time to be able to breathe without having to ask, and to do anything I wanted without having to ask someone or get approval. And God, it's been such a journey since then. And discovering my true light self. I started with esoteric things like just horoscopes, and wanting to read that in the paper every day, and then tarot card readings, and anything spiritual, and eventually ended up doing my own tarot card readings and just blowing people away. And that was, such an awesome thing to know that I have this gift to see into people, and as many of us do. Then I got into, through one of my soulmates in life, and not a romantic partner, but a friend, she introduced me to her meditation teacher, and I went through all of the classes with that meditation teacher back in the Chicago area. And she's just an amazing reader and healer herself. And that's where I had my first out-of-body experience. Astral projection is what they called it, so it's different than what many of the family are seeing and doing, what Dear 07 is talking about. I went out of my body, and I was basically floating on the ceiling, looking down at my body. I didn't see a silver cord. I know a lot of people talk about that. Darrow's mentioned that that's crap, but I know people that have seen it. I personally didn't. And I started to, my body was very heavy. It felt like I was being held up by a harness, and my legs and arms were just hanging, and felt like sandbags. It was very heavy. And I started to float out of my house, and apparently I had somewhere my astral body wanted to go, and something to see. And then I got just freaked out as I was about to go out the front door in my astral body, and then I snapped back into my physical body, and I heard that snap, and I heard David Wilcock talk about that. That happens in your pineal gland, which a lot of us have been learning about lately, and which is considered your third eye. And I heard that snap, and I looked around me, and I was back in my body, and I had to get my bearings because I didn't know what had just happened, and I was so freaked out. I slept with the lights on for the rest of the night, and immediately the next day called my teacher and was like, what happened to me? And she's like, don't worry, they took, their guides thought it was time, and they took you out of your body, and it's okay, you're going to be fine. And I talked about it in front of our meditation class the next week, and everyone's just like, really? Because people try for years and years to do that and never can, and you just did spontaneously. And so that was the last time I ever wanted to do that. And now that it's been years, I stopped meditating. Long story short, I moved to California, got into acupuncture school about a year later. It's been just a horrific experience, on top of, learning so much about myself and having some great experiences. It's just, if no one's talked to you guys about acupuncture school, it's hell. And we start out, these young, happy, everything is great kind of kids, and we come out just crawling, all of us. Our health is wrecked. It's 20 credit hours a semester, year-round, at really a doctorate level. They give us a master's degree, and then you have to, pass boards to get your acupuncture license and your herbalist license, and it's horrible. And so I'm just not who I used to be, and I'm slowly but surely getting back there a year after graduating and still studying for board exam. So now that I've had a little bit of off time from studying, I started to really come back to my spiritual self. And at this point in the earth changes and the dimensional shift about to occur, my spiritual self, my higher self, is just pulling me into all this information that I found on the internet. And once I did that, I really stopped watching TV. I've been so absorbed in just finding things out, watching David Wilcock and Stephen Greer and all this information on the net about pineal gland and whatnot. So just barely getting back into meditation, and immediately going back to what Daryl was talking about in the first 4 videos. Just listening to him like the second time around I was watching it, I just felt this pull from my third eye, and I felt like I was going into that, astral projection type mode, but from here, and didn't want to go there again because it had freaked me out so bad the first time. But getting past the fears and doing this, when I go to bed at night now, and not getting very far yet, but still starting to see a little bit of the vortex, trying to follow that little point of light, and just going from there, baby steps, and doing that while trying to build my health back, and really just doing all the little things that Dara's been talking about as far as health, and what to eat, what to drink, charging, stretching. I was doing that before I even found him on the web, doing all the little things that he'd been talking about before I even found him. So I know I'm in the right place, and I know I found my family. So you guys are awesome. Boy Wonder, I'm so excited. I hopefully will be able to send you a video message or something. If not, I'll just send you a regular message. And Lazy Bee, thanks for being my first subscriber, and subscribe to your channel since then, and all the other people that have subscribed or sent friend invites or whatever, and thank you. You guys are just so great, and I look forward to getting to know all of you and going through this crazy journey and process with you. And yeah, just that's it for now. Love and light. Namaste, and we'll talk soon. Bye.